In today's video, we're going to talk about how to stretch the calves the right way and the big mistake to avoid injury and decrease performance. Yo, what's up? It's Coach E here from Precision Movement, and welcome to another video here on YouTube. So today we're going to talk about how to stretch the calves the right way. So the calves often tighten up because they're so used, so relied on when you're running, when you're doing any kind of agility or power, speed sports, martial arts, boxing, skipping, all that kind of stuff really works the calves a lot, and they tend to tighten up in a lot of people, and the natural reaction is to stretch them out. Okay, so there's a couple stretches that most people do. One is the foot up on the wall, or I got a box here, and you're just gonna reef into it like this, and you're gonna stretch out the calves. Okay, the other one would be hanging off the edge of a box or a bench and stretching them that way. Both the same thing. They're lengthening the calves by going into ankle dorsiflexion. Okay, so one thing you've got to understand is the calves are two distinct groups of muscles. There's the gastrocnemius and there's the soleus. The gastrocnemius is a two-joint muscle. Okay, so it goes right into the Achilles tendon, it inserts into the Achilles tendon here, and goes right up to behind the knee. And it does help to contribute to knee flexion, okay, along with the hamstrings. It's part of the posterior chain. So you've got to understand, to stretch the calves, the knee, or at least the gastrocnemius, to stretch the gastrocnemius, the knee has to be fully extended. Okay, so we've got to extend the joint there, so it's fully lengthened from the knee, and then go into dorsiflexion, so you're fully lengthened at the ankle. That's how you're going to get that full range. Okay, but the thing we've got to consider especially when it comes to the calves, is what their function is and what happens when you do traditional static stretching. So the calves, they're a fast twitch muscle. They're built to help you with speed and explosiveness and power. Okay, they tend to be type 2 muscle fibers, so they're fast twitch. When we statically stretch any muscles, it tends to decrease their reaction time, decrease their ability to generate power. So we're impairing the exact functions that the calves serve in our body for movement. Okay, so that's any static stretching, 30 seconds and above, that's what'll happen. Okay, so we want to avoid that. We don't want to impair performance. And the other thing is, it also can contribute, if you're doing it right before exercise, it can increase the injury risk, the muscle strain risk of the groups that you do static stretching for. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so what do you do instead? So first of all, for the gastrocnemius, like I said before, you got to keep your knees locked out. If your knees are bent, you're not going to be stretching the gastrocnemius at all. You're not getting to full range, fully lengthened range. You will be stretching the soleus, but not the gastroc. Okay, so knees got to stay locked out the whole time. What I recommend for stretching the calves is just doing full range, slow eccentrics with a 2-second pause at the end, and then coming right up. 2-second pause at the end. You do that 5 to 10 reps, keeping the knees extended the whole time. And that's going to be the safest and the most functional stretch for your calf muscles. Okay, so you do that up. Now, eccentrics have proven to be a little bit more beneficial for gaining that range. The other thing that you want to implement with calf stretching is look to the function. It's for fast twitch, it's for balance like martial arts, boxing, quick movement, okay? So we want to make sure that, especially if we're doing this before exercise, but I would even do this anytime we're doing calf stretches, is to implement some of the ballistic, explosive type movements into the calf stretching. Okay, so we're getting down here, you can do the same thing, and coming down, and then right up. So you get that little stretch shortening cycle going. So it's a fast contraction, fast transition from eccentric to concentric, and that's how you're going to retain the springiness that the calves are supposed to give you. They're supposed to give you that little bit of pop that you get when you run, when you sprint, or when you jump. Okay, so do that for 6 to 10 reps at the end of your slow eccentrics with a 2-second pause at the end. And that's going to be the best way to stretch your calves for both safety and for performance reasons. Okay, so that wraps up another video here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.